Hello, it's me again, Emily. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's reading, we'll be looking at your February 2022 predictions, and we'll just be picking up any personal development you'll be going through, anything to do with your relationship. So we'll see what we can pick up throughout this reading. So if you'd like a more in-depth personal reading, my Etsy is linked in the description box where you'll find different options for private readings. My Instagram account will be in the description box along with the timestamps for each reading. Don't forget to like, comment, to tell me what you thought of this reading, and subscribe to see more from me and to support my channel, alright? So just for full transparency, I already recorded these readings yesterday. I used the exact same cards as I'm using today, but after I recorded, I saw that the volume was really low and you couldn't hear me, which was such a shame because the vibes were just amazing in that reading, if I do say so myself. So I'm just going to re-record what I read with the cards yesterday, and we'll see if I can pick up any extra messages that I didn't pick up in yesterday's reading, and of course keep the same messages as I read in the reading yesterday. Alright, so over here we have group 1, group 2 and group 3. Choose whichever group calls out to you. Choose Choose more than one group if you wish. If you don't hear a message in your group for you, then continue watching as a message may pop up nearing the end of your reading, but if not, feel free to watch another reading. Alright, so breathe in. 2, 3, 4 and out. 2, 3, 4 to choose which group is for you. Timestamps will be in the description box, and let's get to group 1. Hi group 1, welcome to your reading. Thank you for watching. So this is your February 2022 predictions, and as I said in the introduction, I already recorded this reading yesterday, but the volume was so low you couldn't hear me, which was quite a shame because the vibes were amazing. But I decided to use the same cards today because I really do feel like those same messages need to be heard. So that's why I am re-recording with the same cards. So let's just see what we have here with the cards. So these cards will be the main theme of the month and what you may want to incorporate into your month of February. So we have perseverance. So perseverance, it's kind of like standing tall where you are and not giving up unless there's an extremely valid reason to give up in February. But I'm just seeing from this card that it's not necessary to give up. At where you struggle the most, it's important to remember what you're doing this for and persevere, continue, because it seems like the end result will be well worth it. So just keep moving forward, plant yourself like a tree when the going gets tough, and even actually take some time to ground yourself. I didn't get that message yesterday, but take time to ground yourself. If you're feeling scattered, if you're feeling like you're at a place where it's like, oh, I'm gonna give up, oh, I can't take much more of this, it's important to do some breathing exercises. So breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, and then breathe out 1, 2, 3, 4 with your eyes closed. And if you feel like there's lots of tension in your body because you're pushing yourself so hard, then it's kind of like doing a bit of a body scan. So when you're breathing in, it's like breathe the air into your whole body, and then when you breathe out, focus on one area of your body. So for instance, let the breath go to your neck, and then breathe in, let it go to your head or something like that, and then when you breathe out again, move down to your shoulders and focus the breath on your shoulders. That's what I've been doing before I've been going to sleep, and I've been having the most amazing sleeps. All right, so when the going gets tough, plant yourself like a tree and persevere, keep going, because we have the number 4 here, and this is all about finding your stability, feeling stable, and being able to grow for the long term. Hence why I think I mentioned the tree, because trees take their time to grow, but they don't give up on their growth, because they just keep growing taller and taller, and they grow branches. So maybe you're branching out a little, which was a message I didn't get yesterday either. Maybe you'll be branching out a little in February. Maybe this is to do with your job, or just something else, maybe another hobby that relates to a previous hobby, I don't know, but whatever it looks like to you. And then we have love partnership. So we have love partnership and perseverance. So it's important to persevere with your partner in February if you've been going through difficulties in your relationship and it's been really, really difficult. Then February is kind of like a month of keep going, keep moving, because maybe you won't see progress at first, but by the end of February going into March, then that's when you'll see the progress. What was that message I was just getting? No, that message is gone. And then we have financial discipline. So maybe your love life or your relationship with others has been a bit of a test lately, and maybe your finances has been a bit of a test lately. So it's important to really have your focus on your finances and your partnerships, or just your relationships as a whole, because okay, I'm getting like there'll be some tests for the month where it's like, is this really real? Is this for the long term? Or is this going to fall apart? Is this really worth it? But I'm seeing it will be worth it with the perseverance card. So with financial discipline as well, maybe it'll be important to create a spreadsheet of all your incomings and all your outgoings. So just so that you know what you're spending your money on. If there's any unexpected bills that be coming in, it's important to plan for that. Well, you can't plan for unexpected bills unless you have savings, so it's just making sure that you don't dip into your savings, or when the going gets tough, try not to blow your money, because you know it's been a stressful time and you need to persevere through it all. So it's important to not give in to temptation in February. Alright, hope that made sense. And then we have over here with your tarot cards, we have the 9 of Pentacles, which is the treating yourself card, and treating yourself well, and take things slow when you need to take things slow. It's like if you've been having if you've been struggling financially, then this is kind of like saying, if you can't afford to go to a nice meal out, if you can't afford to do the nice things that you've been loving, that you love to do, then maybe a nice picnic in the park will be nice, because sometimes you don't need to spend a penny to have a picnic in the park or do something on the cheap. Whereas if you are able to, then go for a nice meal, a nice slap up meal, a 4-course meal, go to the cinema, but just treat yourself, because it is looking like a kind of a testing month, as I was saying, because you have to persevere through it all. It's just important to factor in self-care and look after yourself. Alright, and then we have here the Sun, treating yourself well, what makes you happy, and do more of that. Be more creative, because the Sun, the Sun is linked to Leo, which is the 5th house. So this is all about being creative, pleasing your inner child, because we have a child on the horse obeying the sun, having fun in the sun. So it's important to factor in fun in February, and factor in treating yourself, and factor in treating your relationships well, treating your finances well as well, not being too what's the word, not being silly with your finances, put it that way. And then we have the Lovers card. It's time to be transparent in your relationships. It's like not holding anything back. It's like knowing each other inside and out in February, just so that you're not missing out on anything. Just, it's about getting to know each other to a deeper, more intimate level. Being open to the different things that maybe you'd like to try in your relationships. If it doesn't work, then okay, but if it does, then can you implement that into the future and not just in February? I feel like it's a month of doing things differently and not going for the same old, getting more creative in your relationships, in your love life as well, because things can seem a bit heavy in February, as I keep saying. And then we have here the Three of Wands. You'll be seeing a lot more by the end of February, because maybe I'm getting like clouds here. I wasn't seeing that yesterday, so I'm getting like clouds. It's foggy and you have to go through it even though you're unsure about the outcome, whether you'd like the outcome that is to be whether or not you'd expect the outcome that you were expecting. But by the end of February, you'll be able to see where you're going. You'll be able to see the long term. Where do you see yourself 10 years from now, basically? And being able to work towards that, move towards that. Because in order to get towards the life that you want, you have to persevere through the hard times, and to be able to cope with the hard times and persevere with the hard times, you have to really take care of yourself and your surroundings. Take care of your home life in February as well. Sometimes you just need to take your mind off things, just so that you can reach a different perspective. So that you can actually move forward with a clear head and a clear vision as well. And then we have the Ace of Wands here. Yeah, so the Ace of Wands, this is all about becoming more playful in your relationships, or your partnership, your love life. It's about getting more creative in the bedroom as well. If you've been looking to do that, have more fun in the bedroom. Or this could just be having a new sparks of inspiration, feeling more inspired than usual, because you are being open, being honest, being transparent, not hiding anything, not holding anything back. You'll be able to get to know each other more, understand that you'll be on the same wavelength, on the same path as each other, and just feel more inspired to get things done, to create more, to just to do what you enjoy, what you love, what sets your spirit alive, what makes you feel most alive, and do that in February. I keep going to say November, so maybe something happened in November that you'll be looking back at, or it'll be popping back up again, or it's like you're planning something for November. And then we have the Empress here. This is all about mending what's been broken, or mending what's been bruised, going through some kind of healing, because the Empress is patching up this kid's knee, and it's like not feeling annoyed that the kid scraped his knee while he was playing football. It's February is all about your patience. The Empress didn't lose her temper as far as we know, at the boy for not listening to her, to say don't jump over that fence, you'll scrape your knee or you'll injure yourself in another way. But the boy did it anyway, and come to the Empress, and the Empress isn't telling the boy, I told you so. The Empress is just listening to the boy say, oh, I've hurt myself, can you help me out? And the Empress is like, yeah, sure, I'll just leave what I'm doing and I'll tend to you. So it's like tending to your garden if you're a gardener, or just tending to things in a calm and mature manner, and not feeling upset too easily. Don't lose your temper in February. It's just treating things with a tender touch and some love. Alright, and then we have the Eight of Chalices. Yeah, it could be quite overwhelming at times in February, but it's important to persevere with the Perseverance card. Some things may get a bit on top of you, but as I was saying before, maybe do some breathing exercises like I said at the beginning of your reading, and just so that you can collect yourself, center yourself, and come back to your paperwork, because there's paperwork here on the desk or your books, with the calmer headspace, so that you can organize things so much easier. Don't lose your temper. Treat yourself with tender loving care, because it seems like it's needed. Treat yourself well with the grapes in this card, and don't overwhelm yourself. When you're feeling overwhelmed, what's the best thing for you to do? Do you need to step outside and go for a walk? Do some breathing exercises, do some stretching, you know. The King of Chalices, and there we go with the patience again. The King of Chalices is the teacher in this card, where he's teaching children, and maybe the children lose interest in what they're doing easily, and it's important for the King of Chalices to be kind and compassionate and patient with those children when they lose interest. So maybe sometimes you may lose interest in something but then get back onto it just as quickly, but it's important to maybe do some artwork just so that you can take your mind off some things and be patient with the process. Maybe you'll be dealing with children a lot in February, or this is just letting you know to please your inner child. What do you want to do today? What did you used to love to do as a child, and maybe do that. Paint, read, do some gardening, play football, whatever you like to do. And then let's get deeper into this. We have Potion. Remember to practice self-love. Be there for yourself in February, because this woman is solo and this person in the Knight of Pentacles is solo. So do what's best for you in February. The person in this card is concentrating on what she's doing and really involving herself in the process, enjoying the process and centering herself during this process of creating a potion. So it's kind of like, as I was saying yesterday when I recorded this yesterday, I gave the example of when you're cooking, and maybe you don't enjoy cooking, but maybe just immerse yourself in the experience. When you're chopping a vegetable, listen to the sound it makes on the chopping board, listen to jazz in the background, listen to your favorite genre of music, wear a nice dressing gown or something that you feel good in, and make cooking an experience. What is an experience for you in February? And do that, immerse yourself in that, so you're not in that overwhelming kind of space. And then we have Princess. You can be your own knight. You can save the day. How can you save your day? Because I feel like maybe there'll be a lot of down times or times where you're just feeling low, and you need to save it by doing things that you enjoy, immersing yourself in an experience to lighten your fire again so you can get going. Because this princess in this card doesn't just sit around and wait for this overwhelming feeling to subside. She's like, wow, what do we do now? I'm going to please myself. Yeah, I'm going to please myself, and then I will come back ready to face my tasks, what I have scheduled for the day. So try not to live in the state of overwhelm. When you feel overwhelmed, what will be best for you in that moment? What will be best for you in that moment? Okay, and then for your last cards over here, we have casket, someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. I'm hearing the words let bygones be bygones. If something isn't working, let it go and start afresh, start something new, because you can't hang around forever. But if you feel like something is worth letting go, then let go of it. But if not, then keep it around, persevere through it, treat yourself well, and do some breathing exercises so you don't overwhelm yourself, and continue with it. But what needs to end in your life, and take action towards that with the princess, so you can save your day, so you can save your life, I'm hearing, from this whatever isn't supposed to be in your life anymore. Unicorn, use your intuition to make beneficial changes. Yeah, so follow your intuition, listen to your gut. Oh, I didn't get that message yesterday. Listen to your gut, what feels right and what doesn't feel right, what makes you feel good, what isn't making you feel good, how can you change that up a little. If something isn't making you feel good, are you just feeling overwhelmed? Once you're feeling overwhelmed, what do you need to do in that moment to make yourself feel amazing, and then come back to it? Is this what you want? Is this what you can see yourself doing for the foreseeable future? Is it worth investing your time and energy into? Okay, and then we have wheel, indecisive, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. Yeah, so it could be that maybe you are rambling, going along something aimlessly at the beginning of February without knowing where the end point is. And maybe it's just about persevering with that perseverance card, because sometimes we don't know if where we're going is the right direction for us, but it's important to kind of get yourself out of your head and into creative mode, just so that you can relax yourself, just so that you're not allowing your mind to wander too much, so you can come back feeling refreshed. And then for your last card, clouds, temporary problems. Yeah, this is a temporary situation with this persevering, looking at your finances, and maybe teething problems in your relationships, because some things can get sorted. It'll be an end to the situation because we have the casket here. So I don't know why I'm hearing this, but just a few more moments. You can do it. You can do it, because there's always the light at the end of the tunnel. It may feel like it's going on and on and on and on, but you know, there's always the end. There's always an end to a situation if you want something to end. Maybe it will just reach a natural conclusion, or it will that'll be ending this situation. Alright, so that's what I'm saying for you, group 1. I hope these messages made sense, because there was a lot of messages that were packed in there, and I feel like I was talking really, really fast there. Alright, so yes, that's what I'm saying for you. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye! Hi group 2, welcome to your reading. Thank you for watching. So this is your February 2022 predictions. So we'll pick up on all the things that you may want to start doing, or the themes of the month, which will be these cards here. I did record this already yesterday, but I listened back and you couldn't hear me at all. Well, the sound was really low, so I couldn't upload that. But the vibes were so amazing, I had to use the same cards again, because I feel like some of the messages in here we really needed to be heard, so I didn't use a fresh didn't use fresh cards for this reading. So alright, so let's look at the main themes of the month. We have healing. Yeah, so you'll be going through a lot of healing next month in February, and this is all about just, I feel like, maybe going dark on others, so maybe not answering your phones, answering your phone as regularly. It may be that you won't be texting back quickly like you usually do. It's just about you. It's all about me, myself, and I, and what you can do for yourself. It may feel a bit heavy. As I was saying yesterday when I recorded this, you may want to journal quite a bit. You may want to listen to pick card readings quite a bit to track your progress. But this could be just healing a relationship. This could be healing something that's happened in the past, or just healing as a whole. So it's going to feel like possibly a heavy month for you in February. It's going to take a lot of effort on your part to actually heal. When you feel like you want to give up, then just don't, because when you feel like you want to give up, that means the healing process is working, because maybe you'll be feeling uncomfortable with this healing process. When it starts to feel uncomfortable, that means you're growing. That means you are in a space where, okay, I've hit a spot where needs work, and I will focus on that, and then you can move past that and focus on another part of your healing. It's just going to take a lot of effort to work through some things. We have the number 3 here, so if you'd like to collaborate with another person, looking at a third party, which is like maybe pick a card readings, or it could be just going to a counselor for that extra support, then do that. And it's also important that you do it on your own, because we have the number 1 here. It's like no one else can do the healing for you but you. So it's all about taking it upon yourself to do this healing work and not ignore the healing that needs to happen. And then we have we have creativity. Where is it? There it is. We have so much yellow in this reading, and we have the communication card. Yeah, so communication, creativity, and effort are all yellow, and with the gold here. So this is all about tapping into what brings you energy. How do you express yourself? Maybe going through your healing processes in a creative way. So maybe drawing a picture. Drawing may help you. So it's like, why did I draw a ball? What does that represent? Why did I draw a table? What does that represent? Why did I use the color red here on this particular image? Why did I use black over here? And it's kind of like going deep into it like that, asking, why did I draw that? Or writing poetry and asking yourself, okay, why did I write this? What does this mean to me? Does this bring up a certain memory? I'm getting heavy 6 of chalices vibes, where it's like looking at your past and almost having fun with it as well. So it doesn't have to be a big daunting task where you're constantly digging up the past and digging up all the traumatic events that have happened in your life, and digging up all the hard things that you've been through in your life. It doesn't have to be difficult. It can be fun too, because yellow, it's it symbolizes the sun, and the sun rules Leo, and Leo is all about fun. So don't be stuck in the shadow parts of it. It's all about adding fun elements to your healing as well. So yellow is the solar plexus chakra, which is all about your creativity. You're all about your confidence as well. What brings you confidence? And when you're going through your healing process, you can lean on that so that you know that you're not kind of losing it, because going through your healing can make you feel like you're not yourself maybe, and you're in a heavy space. So you need to kind of look at the bright side sometimes. And then with communication as well, this is all about maybe healing your communication style. As I was saying yesterday, I think it was this group or group 3, what are your communication styles? So it could be even looking at as far as your childhood. In your childhood home, maybe you witnessed your mom and dad arguing, and on a regular basis, and after each argument they didn't talk to each other for days, and maybe you'd have adopted that kind of way of communicating with your own partner, and your partner is more of an open communicator, because when your partner was growing up, they saw that their parents used to talk to each other instead of arguing. They used to talk things through, and their issue would be resolved there and then, as opposed to dragging it out over a couple of days. So if you're in a relationship and you're, for instance, what I described is your kind of relationship where you argue and then you ignore the person for a few days, and the person just wants to talk things through. What would it be like if you decided to talk things through after you've argued, so that the situation is squashed there and then? I thought that was a really good example, to be honest, because we could work on our communication skills, especially if you have been around people who don't know how to communicate effectively. It's all about boosting and improving yourself and your communication. Alright, so we have here financial discipline, which we had in group 1. So healing takes effort and discipline. So discipline yourself with, say, okay, I'm going to do shadow work, I'm going to be journaling for 2 days, and then I'm going to give myself the 3rd day off, or the 3rd and 4th day off, and I'm just going to relax. I'm going to let what I've worked through sink in, so that I can continue the next day with a fresh perspective. Because what you don't want to happen is you continuously doing the work day in, day out, and you don't have any respite. You're not allowing yourself to come up for air. So come up for air a lot in February, and also take care of your finances if that's what you need to do. Alright, so let's see what else we have here with your tarot cards. Let's see. Alright, so we have here the Ace of Chalices. It's important to be honest with yourself. The more honest with yourself you are, is the more likely you are to feel emotionally renewed. So it's okay to feel. The more you feel, it's the more yourself you will feel. And have fun with it, with the 2 kids in the background splashing each other with water. Incorporate fun into your days while you're going through your healing process. And this is all about being honest with others. Of course, this is being honest with those who will understand you, with the 2 of Chalices. Only consider or speak to those who understand you. Only talk about your healing processes with those who understand you, who are willing to listen, who are willing to share their thoughts and not expect you to incorporate that into your daily life or whatever. It's important to listen to someone who, if this is someone else who is going through their healing process, this is about listening to them without judging. And if this is you going through your healing process, this is about you talking to someone who listens without judging you. Hence why I mentioned the third party, which is a counselor, or listening to pick a card readings to track your progress along the month. But be honest to those who want to listen. Be honest to those who want to listen, as opposed to those who keep batting you away and be like, oh, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Oh, we want open communication and not closed off communication. So the more you work on your communication style, is the easier you can get through the month. So it's important to exercise your throat chakra as well. So even if like creativity and communication, maybe sing more as well if you enjoy to sing. And then we have the Hanged Man. Yeah, as I was saying before, it's important to approach those who are willing to listen and to sit there and not give their opinions or pass judgment onto you, because there are many people out there who will pass judgment onto you, and you don't really want that. It's important to not share as much to those who will judge you. Oh, I just said that, but I was trying to word it a bit differently there. Bear with me. What is this message? Yeah, so if you really do communicate with those who will judge you, it will take some time for them to back down and not I'm just hearing call you names or say you're this, you're that for feeling this way, you're this, you're that because you experienced that. So if you feel like you're being called names, it's important not to react or anything. Just walk away and be patient, because they will shut up eventually, I guess. So yeah, just connect with those who are willing to listen and who are willing to share, because you will move forward. Yesterday I mentioned the Devil card and releasing attachments, and I see the Chariot as the positive side of the Devil, and not clinging to things that no longer serve you. This is all about moving forward, not looking back at the past. Like, yeah, sometimes you'll be looking back at the past because you'll be healing, but as time goes on throughout February and into March, you'll be able to look back at the past and not feel attached by the situations that you have been through, not look back on the feelings that you have felt in the past. You can move forward, still look back, but still move forward and be cheered along the way, among the people who support you, among the people who listen to you throughout the month. You know, there are people who will cheer you on. They won't they don't want to hurt you, like the people in the Hanged Man want to hurt this Hanged Man. It's all about being patient with yourself and being patient with the process. And then we have the Two of Wands. This is about looking forward, looking at your future, maybe 10 years from now, 5 years from now. It's like at the beginning of the month, you'll be looking at the past and what you can do to improve your future, or looking at the past and how you can improve your situation in the now. And then towards the end of the month, it's looking at your future and moving towards that and making plans towards that future that you want for yourself. It's just sometimes you just need to pause and reflect and look at things from a different perspective, and then it's like you're bouncing back towards the end of February. All right, so let's look deeper into this. Incorporate fun into your month with the Four of Swords. As I was saying before, you can set like 2 days healing work, and then the day after I'm going to rest, recuperate. I don't need to do anything. Or you can just, while you're going through your healing, incorporate some kind of fun into it, and that's where the creativity comes into it. It's just about not letting the healing work bring you down in the dumps where you're day in, day out healing. I must do this, I must do that. No, you don't have to. Alright, you're not at work. Are you being paid to do this healing work group too? Alright, and then we have the moon. So this is doing that deep subconscious work. It's like, what have you been attached to, and releasing those attachments. It's all about getting in tune with yourself and getting comfortable. This woman is comfortable within this body of water. So you're feeling comfortable in the shadows in February, but be careful not to become too immersed into it, because maybe you feel like in the spiritual community they're like shadow work, shadow work, shadow work, but it's like important to have rest, downtime, okay? So don't get too comfortable in the shadow work. And listen to your dreams as well. Keep a dream journal, because maybe your dreams will be very extra loud during February. And also listen to your intuition as well, and work through your fears as well. Maybe you have feared a lot in your life, and it's kind of like looking at, okay, I feared this for so long, and it's time to release my attachment to this fear. You know, and then we have the Queen of Swords. And as I was saying before, it's like making plans, and it could be like being too overly invested into your healing journey, but it's important to incorporate downtime with that, because the Queen of Swords can get caught up in the detail of things and can get too much in her head about things. And it's important not to hold your guard up to yourself, because the Queen of Swords is heavily boundaried. So maybe be boundaried with yourself, and that comes in with creating a schedule for yourself. So from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock I'm going to do a bit of shadow work, and then from 12 till 3 I'll have fun, and then I'll do some work after that, and then I'll continue going through my healing journey, and then downtime, and then bedtime. You know, just schedule things in, and meet up with a friend as well if you can, someone who will listen to you and who you can enjoy time with. Alright, so we have Castle. It's a time for healing, not war, which really highlights the fact that February is going to be a bit of a heavy month for healing, so it's important to incorporate fun into your month. And then we have Storm. Every hurricane must come to an end. So it's all about recognizing that you have been through what you've been through, and you've come out of it unscathed. But sometimes you do hold on to the emotions behind after the event, but you've come out of it unscathed nonetheless. So it's just being able to recognize that you've been through a lot. Yes, you've been through a lot, but you are still you. You can still move forward. She's moving forward. She's still looking back at the past, but she's moving forward nonetheless. So she's not staying where the storm is. She's moving on to brighter days, and you just need to know that you will be moving on to brighter days. stars, you can manifest every wish. Yeah. What do you wish for your life? What would you want for your life? With the Two of Wands here, this person is planning for the future, and this person is looking at the stars and manifesting what she wants for her life with a friend. And maybe it's just a good time to plan in February. Get yourself a diary, be boundaried with yourself, because the Queen of Swords has a plan of action in her hand. So what is your plan of action in February, for the next 5 years, for the next 10 years, something like that? Because you can go all the way into your past and then come back to your present, and once that healing work is done, the only thing left to do is focus on the here and now and what you want for your future. Because I feel like maybe there'll be a lot that's changing, because we do have the number 5 here, sorry. And then, as I mentioned here yesterday, we go from 3 to 4 to 5, so there's a big progression here instead of regression. Well, actually yesterday it was 5, 4, 3, but I didn't do it that way round. So it's like you are regressing to progress, and progressing comes from going back to the past, sorting those things that need to be sorting out, and then progressing after that. We have expectations. Don't be so hard on yourself in February. Maybe you expected more from your healing process. Maybe you thought, okay, I'm going to rigorously do this, that, the other, and I'm going to feel like this by this date. But it doesn't happen like that. Healing isn't linear. So this person is smelling a rose and just taking in the smell. And as I said in yesterday's, when I recorded yesterday, maybe buy yourself some flowers, some essential oils, and get yourself a diffuser so that you can smell essential oils across your home. And when you have flowers, you can smell flowers every time you walk past them at home. And this is all about going outside in nature as well, going for walks to clear your head after you've done that intense healing work. Wow. And then we have here, maybe even getting a new hairstyle, getting your hair done, because we have people with different hairstyles here. And then she's blonde in this picture, so maybe you want to get your hair done in February. Alright, and then let's see with your last cards. We have Lion. It's time to act. It's time to be brave and look back at your past. The lion is looking to the left, and that's towards the past. So it's a brave thing for you to work through what you have been through and not feel disheartened by what has happened. And then we have a lion, which is associated with Leo, which is ruled by the sun. So it's time to have fun as well. Incorporate fun into your day-to-day life. And then we have Scissors, disappointment in some affair. So it could be that you're going through some cord cutting and cutting out the negative things in your life, cutting out the negative people in your life. So maybe you're doing some downsizing in your friendship groups. Maybe you're realizing that some of your friends aren't for you anymore. They're not aligned with you anymore, and it's time to downsize on your friendship group. Looking at your social media, at your friends list, and cutting down on your friends list on social media. We have bread, and as I was saying yesterday, it's like spilling your guts out, because this bread, it's cut open and it's spilled over the countertop. So it's important to spill your guts. It's important to open up your emotional space, just so that you're not filled with these negative emotions, these uncomfortable emotions. It's important to let it all out. And then we have spear, heartache over what you no longer have. Yeah, it will hurt, this healing process for some of you. It could be that you're opening up your heart space, your heart chakra, because you've been hurt too many times, and it's important to purge those things out so that you can open your heart space again. But it's like you'll be cutting out so much in your life in February, and it may hurt, but it's for your highest good. We have bouquet, compliments from an admirer. So buy yourself some flowers in February. Treat yourself. And then we have V for victory. So you will be victorious in your healing process, or whatever you set out to do in February. It's just getting your head down and actually doing the work, putting your head down and actually doing the work, so that you feel like you've done something, for yourself, and not put it to the side like you've been doing for a while. Alright, yeah, so those are the main messages for you, group 2. A lot to be discussed in this reading, and I hope it all made sense, because I felt like it was all over the place. But that's looking like your February in a nutshell, group 2. I hope you have a nice February. So that's your end of your reading. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye! Hi group 3, welcome to your reading. Thank you for watching. So this is your February 2022 predictions, where we'll be looking into the main themes of the month with these cards here, and anything else that would like to pop up during the reading. As I said in the intro, I already recorded yesterday the same reading, but you could barely hear me in the audio, which was really sad. So I decided to re-record it with the same cards, because I felt like those messages needed to be heard. So I didn't use any fresh cards for today. So I've already seen these cards, but I will have extra messages to say, because that's what happened in group 1 and group 2. So we have here individuality. It's important to be yourself in February. I'm hearing the words, it's important to be yourself now more than ever. So if you are in a big group, in a large group, don't be afraid to stick out like a sore thumb. Because when people get together, it's kind of like they tend to merge within the group, so they act like everyone else. But you don't have to do that in February. Maybe you've just started to become confident within yourself over the last few weeks and months, and you've just learned to be yourself. So the more you go into February, it's the more like yourself you'll be feeling, which is a message I didn't hear yesterday. But it's important to be yourself, and also it's important to love your own company, because we have the number 1 here, which is all about the self. Maybe you're starting something new, actually, because number 1 symbolizes fresh starts. Maybe you are having many different ideas that you want to implement and to build up further. But yeah, it's all about your individuality. And we have the color red here, which we also have with the music card, and surrender as well. So we have red and orange in all of these cards. Well, in music is orange and red as well. So red is to do with the root chakra, and the orange is to do with the sacral chakra. So red with the with the root chakra, sorry, it's all about feeling stable within yourself, knowing yourself, and feeling really rooted in who you are, and being able to be confident enough to be yourself and do what you need to do for yourself to feel comfortable, and in my opinion anyway. And with the sacral chakra, this is all to, oh sorry, there's a plane going by, I hope that it's not too loud. And with the sacral chakra, this is all about your creativity. What will you be creating this month that really showcases who you are? Maybe you'll be making music, maybe you'll be making more, oh my gosh, I can't speak. Maybe you'll be making more music than you have done in a while. But it's important to create and feel secure within yourself in February and surrender to the process. It's like not everything needs to be done now. It's just being patient with yourself, being patient with others, being patient with your situation, and being patient with your manifestations as well. Don't be in a rush to reach conclusions. Don't be in a rush to get somewhere with something, because everything has its time and place to happen. And I feel like maybe it's not going to happen in February, maybe it'll happen later on in the year, but it's important to work on things in the now, so that when the time comes where you do receive your manifestation, it's like, wow, I'm so glad that I worked on what I worked through in February because I really set myself up to this point where I am now. So your future self will be thanking you for what you do. In February group 3, we have rebirth. You'll be feeling more yourself, because maybe you've been feeling down in the dumps recently, in the past few weeks, past few months, and it's like getting your spark back. I'm feeling like the Ace of Wands here, the Ace of Wands energy. And this is all about reconnecting with your creativity, reconnecting with yourself, feeling more passionate and inspired. Passionate and inspired, yeah. Wow. Alright, so let's see with your tarot cards what we have here. So we have the Empress here, which reinforces the sacral chakra and Venus as well. The Empress is the Venus card here. So what do you love doing? And do it for yourself and no one else, because you know you're growing as a person. You'll be growing as a person creatively. What will you be creating now that you can move forward with in the future? So start now, so your future self can thank you for it. Really tap into your inner child a lot as well. But there'll be a lot of growth in February. Maybe you won't be able to see it, but there is going to be a lot of growth, because the Empress is pregnant with opportunity, or pregnant, or maybe you'll be pregnant, or maybe you'll actually be pregnant in February, whoever resonates with that message. But you'll be pregnant with so much opportunity, pregnant with so much that can happen, but it's just doing the main things now. And then we have the Queen of Wands, and I said yesterday as well, maybe you'll be reconnecting with a mother figure, or your mother, or reconnecting with someone who can help you along, improving the relationship with them. And this is all about, with the Queen of Wands as well, tapping into your spiritual side. Maybe you'll be going, maybe you'll be getting more into tarot, more into witchcraft, stuff like that, because I'm getting the High Priestess vibes with the Queen of Wands in this reading. And it's all about tapping into your confidence. Yeah, we have so much red here. Red is a very confident color. It's a very here I am color. I've entered the room, look at me now kind of color. And it's all about your self-expression. Don't be afraid to express yourself. Express who you are. Be your authentic self and your friendly self. We have the Queen of Chalices, which reinforces what I said before. Maybe you'll be reconnecting with a motherly figure, or just connecting more with a motherly figure or your mom. But this is just all about expressing yourself, expressing how you truly feel, and being compassionate to yourself and others. You'll be on an even keel emotionally, it looks like, because as I was saying before, maybe you've been through a tough spell in the past few weeks and months where you've been all over the place emotionally, but you finally got a handle. You're finally getting a handle of yourself, of things in February, and it's just important to go with the flow. The Queen of Chalices can go with the flow. It's all about tapping into your feminine energy as well in February, so going with the flow, doing things for enjoyment, doing things that you love, creating, sitting back and relaxing. But then also we have the colors red, which is quite a masculine color, so maybe you're just having a balance of your masculine and feminine, because maybe it's just you've been a bit all out of whack. So getting a balance, a nice balance. We have the King of Chalices, so both the king and queens of the water signs. So it's like you have been through your tough patch, and you've become more emotionally intelligent. You know yourself more, and you're feeling confident within yourself in February, confident enough to express yourself, to show up to an event and be like, here I am, I'm wearing bright colors, and you can hear my voice, and my voice alone, obviously not to that extreme, but yeah, you'll probably be feeling yourself in February, which is a good thing for you. We have Five of Wands with the difficulties with the relationships, quite possibly in your life in February. Or this could be just like a healthy back and forth, like having a lot of banter with people, because with the Queen of Wands, she's very sociable. So it's like going out there and having that back and forth with people. And then we have the Five of Swords. So maybe some of you may be experiencing relationship breakdowns. Maybe you've just been through a lot lately, or at the beginning, coming into February, maybe you're feeling down and out. Maybe when things are said and done, all that's left is the remains of that conversation, or the remains of that relationship breakdown. And the only way to move is up from there, to be honest. I feel like maybe it's about healing the relationship you have with yourself, and healing the relationship you have with your mum, or a motherly figure, or a fatherly figure, because we have the King of Chalices here. So it may take a bit of work, because maybe there'll be a back and forth between you, and it's trying to find a middle ground, as opposed to constantly fighting to get yourself to be heard, sorry. Because if you're constantly fighting to be heard, you're not listening to the other person, you're not listening with compassion, with love, with empathy. Because if you're constantly trying to get yourself heard, you'll end up with the Five of Swords, where the relationship breaks down again and again. You want to get to this point with the Empress, where you're moving forward, where your relationships are a good space, you know. I hope that made sense. Felt like that was all over the place. And then with the Two of Chalices here, this is reconnecting and listening to each other and not butting in. The Five of Swords butts in a lot and misses the point. So don't be careful not to miss the point in where were we? February. And you just have to really listen. Okay, so I got the message yesterday of listening with the view of understanding, and not listening to respond. Because when we listen to respond, then we can overlook with what the other person is saying or is trying to say. We're overlooking the space between words, which is the body language, which is the vocal tone, which is the eye contact. Whereas if you listen to understand, then that's how you can resolve relationships. When you listen to understand, you don't necessarily need to respond. You just nodding and saying, yes, I understand, I get where you're coming from. And then they stop talking, and then you give your viewpoints on how you felt about the situation, and they're like, yeah, nodding away. And then you can come together and understand each other and start up a better relationship with your motherly figure or your fatherly figure or anyone else you need to heal a relationship with. We have the Knight of Chalices and the Knave of Chalices. So I didn't pick up that it seems like a bit of a family affair in February, because we have the Knave of Chalices, the Knight of Chalices, the Queen of Chalices, and the King of Chalices. So that's a family, and the Two of Chalices. So maybe you're healing the relationship you have with your family and being able to wear your heart on your sleeve with your family, so that there's a deeper understanding there. But it's important not to get lost in your imagination like the Knave of Chalices. It's important not to overlook certain things because maybe you're lost in your emotional world. Maybe you get hurt too easily because the Knave of Chalices can be quite sensitive. So maybe just be sensitive to how others are feeling, or you may be feeling extra sensitive. But maybe everyone's feeling extra sensitive in February, and it's just about navigating your way through that, so that you can reach common ground. Alright, so what else do we have here? We have Lighthouse, don't doubt your worth. Yeah, this is all about putting yourself first. This is all about you cleaning your space as well, maybe even redecorating as well, and refreshing your artwork. If you see a artwork you like on Etsy or Amazon or something like that, buy it and hang it up on your wall. Or this could be putting up pictures of yourself across your house so that you can really admire yourself, because we have the Knave of Chalices here as well. He's looking at his reflection. It's time to really admire yourself and be who you are, and actually see yourself for who you are, and not be like the Eight of Swords, who looks in the mirror and sees a distorted view of themselves. It's time to love yourself. I feel like maybe you'll have a different level of love for yourself in February, and people will be able to notice that, and you'll be able to feel that in February. Sun, paint the sun back into your sky. Yeah, so this really brings in the creativity of the month. Get creative. Maybe you'll be reaching new heights because she's climbing a ladder. And this is all about bringing things to light that maybe were hidden before. So if you've been holding a grudge or something, bringing that up in a nice, calm manner and talking things through so that you can heal that relationship, paint the sun back into the sky so that you're in a better position. You'll be reaching new heights in your relationship, and there'll be plenty of growth in the month of February, because we have flowers and plants and grass that is just growing nicely, because you're tending to that garden of a relationship with others, relationship with yourself, and feeling more yourself. And really do focus on yourself in February, because she's painting the sun, and this is all about the sun, the self, sorry. The number one is all about the self. The number one correlates to Aries, which is the first sign in the zodiac. So this is all about initiating something. So maybe you're initiating conversations as well. If other people don't initiate conversation, then take it upon yourself to initiate the conversation instead, just so that you can clear the air. Wow, those were a lot of messages just then. Hopefully they were conveyed well. And then we have mirror, treat your body like the palace it is. So this is like a strong self-love kind of reading here. Look at yourself in the mirror and really take in your body, take yourself in, look at yourself and say to yourself that you are beautiful. And as I was saying yesterday when I recorded the reading, I saw a TikTok video that was posted on Facebook of a girl who was trying to love herself. So she set herself a task to every day record herself saying how much she loved herself, how much she looked good on that day, that she's going to have a nice day, stuff like that. And on the first day she started recording, she was laughing because it felt so uncomfortable to talk to herself in that way and record herself doing it. But by the last day she was not laughing at all. She was like, damn girl, you look good, you fine as hell, and I'm gonna have an amazing day. And she was dead serious and she was having fun with it. So maybe that's something that you could be doing in the month of February, recording yourself saying that you look good, you look amazing, you love yourself, ain't nobody love you like you love you, you know. And then we have library, take control of your own narrative. It's all about your perspective, I'm hearing here. I didn't get that message yesterday. So instead of trying to control everything, how about you surrender with the surrender card and not try to control the outcome of things? All you can do is sit and listen to others when they share their feelings with you, when they share how the situation went for them, and not try to say, oh, it didn't happen like that, it didn't really happen like that, it went like this, because everyone experiences things differently. So you can't control other people. The only person you can control is yourself. And I feel like you coming to that realization in February is how you can really tap into yourself, tap into that deep love for yourself, to tap into that self-expression, to tap into your confidence. Wow, that's powerful. So maybe you'll be feeling powerful in February, because Aries, which is the first zodiac sign, they are quite powerful people. So tap into your inner power. Sorry about that, group 3, my battery went there while I was recording, so we'll just make this quick because it's on 10%. Alright, so let's see your last cards here. We have bird perch, waiting for news package or letter. So it could be that maybe you're waiting for an apology, or another person is waiting for you to apologize, because as I was saying, maybe there's been a huge relationship breakdown or communication breakdown, and it's like solving things. Or because we have the Knight of Chalices here as well, so maybe you are waiting for a proposal, waiting for a letter or an invitation somewhere. So it seems like there's some kind of waiting around. We have marriage. Maybe you're waiting for someone to propose to you, or waiting for a wedding invitation in the mail because you know of someone who's getting married. And then we have not unsuccessful plans. So maybe it's been feeling like you've been tying yourself up in knots, or it's like maybe the situation with others has been feeling like it's been a bit like a knot, and it's kind of like unraveling everything, just so that you can create a new commitment to that person or people, just so everything is hunky-dory. and it doesn't end up in this knotting situation again. We have Staff. You will be taken care of in difficult times. Yeah, you'll be supported. I feel like maybe you'll be a bit surprised that you'll be supported so much in February, but the support is always there if you need it, from those who you have a good long-term relationship with. Peacock. So it's like when you enter a building, it's like, I have arrived. You know, it's just all about being yourself and not feeling like, okay, I am being too prideful, I am being too self-absorbed, I am being too into myself. But it's like, if you don't love yourself, then who else is going to love you? Because, you know, you got to love yourself first. You have to love yourself. Group 3. So you'll be feeling really good about yourself. You'll be really feeling yourself in February. Even I was just feeling myself then. And then we have younger woman. Dealings or relationship with a younger woman. So it could be that maybe someone you know who's younger than you needs support, and maybe they've been waiting for that support for a while. Maybe you're a younger person and it's like you're gaining or building your confidence up. And then we have older man. So maybe you need to create a different relationship with an older man, or maybe you are an older man and you need to act as a mentor to this younger person. Yeah, I'm getting heavy mentor vibes to support this person through whatever they're going through. Alright, so that's what I'm seeing for you, group 3. I'm gonna go before the phone runs out on me, so we'll just leave it there. I hope these messages made sense, because I felt like they were a bit all over the place. It felt like that in the other groups as well. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful February. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.